it's time to do a little eye test versus the PFF grades. And we've done it different every time this week. I'm running out of ideas, so we may just pick one that we like the best moving forward. But I'm going to give you 3 guys today in a certain category. So category 3 options. You tell me who doesn't belong. And then we'll discuss whether or not the PFF graders, evaluators, simulations, however they come up with these grades, match what we saw with our own 2 eyes.
Okay.
So are you ready?
Very good.
The first category we are going with are the highest graded offensive players on the Browns in this game. The highest graded players. I'm going to give you 3 names. One of these 3 is not one of the 3 highest offensive players. And before I give you the names, these are people that really played. You had to play at least 25 snaps to be qualified for these. So no one's going to be a weird outlier. He graded a 90 because he played 2 snaps. These are all guys who legitimately contributed. So 3 names. 2 were in the top 3. 1 was not. The 3 names: David Njoku, Amari Cooper, and DeJuan Jones. Who's the oddball out here who was not a top 3 graded player by PFF?
Well, this is a sucker question. You want us to say DeJuan Jones because we all thought Njoku played pretty well.
But did he do anything?
No.
David Njoku.
Yeah, let's go with Njoku.
I think it's DeJuan Jones.
You do.
So we have 2 for Njoku, 1 for DeJuan, and we have 0 correct answers. Believe it or not, David Njoku was the highest graded offensive player on Sunday, according to PFF. DeJuan Jones, the
so
second highest
this
graded
officially
player.
puts to PFF is dead to me. They're dead to me.
I thought Amari Cooper played a very good game.
PFF, dead. R.I.P. P.I. Look, see, that's what I'm saying. They're trying to tell us that our eyes are lying to us. Wrong. I saw this man break 2 ankles on Sunday.
Yeah, wide open.
2 ankles.
Crazy.
Like, that's just dumb.
And do you know what the crazy part about Cooper's grade is? In run blocking, which is part of their overall grade, he graded out at a 76.4. His pass catching grade, which is what we all thought he excelled at, a 68.7.
The man.
Did he drop anything?
The man.
I don't think so.
Look at the catch at the sidelines.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Yeah.
See, this is it, guys. For me, I'm done. I don't bring up PFF grades to me ever again anymore. They're done. They're dead to me. Bookmark that page. Keep it in the system forever. And the next time that Bull starts going, PFF! Let me see that.
Yeah,
I agree. I told you some of these are way off.
This is the one that for me, I'm done.
So
I'm done.
I need to understand it. Where's Sam at? I need to understand how your pass catching grade could be a 60.
He didn't drop any balls, and he caught a ball that maybe 5 guys in the league catch.
Jay, was the most improbable completion of the season according to ESPN's Next Gen Stats.
There you go. And we're going to give him a D. Sorry, PFF.
That's crazy, bro.
What
do you got to do to get an 80?
Oh, man.
Come on, man.
All right, next up, we're going to go to the lowest graded offensive players category. These were the lowest graded. 2 of these 3.
It ain't Jed Wheels.
2 of these 3 were the lowest graded players on the Browns, and one of them was not. Let's see the list.
I ain't going.
Who doesn't belong on the lowest offensive graded players? P.J. Walker, DPJ, or Elijah Moore?
Okay, so if DPJ has to be on there.
No, he had one target.
No catches.
Yeah, one
He
target.
did have a really nice block on the touchdown run.
That ain't enough to give him.
I'm telling you, with PFF, he might be 100.
That's ridiculous.
But think about it.
If it ain't DPJ, they're dead to me. That's a fact.
Hold on.
If it ain't DPJ.
Hold on, but you got to think about it. P.J. Walker had a game-winning drive with no completions.
Yeah, well, he gets no points for that. They got 2 real big,
2
timely
crazy
penalties.
picks.
So you saying P.J. Walker is the lowest?
It's got to be.
G, I'm telling you, 2 of these 3 are the 2 lowest. Who isn't the lowest?
My eyes tell me
P.J. Walker ain't the lowest.
Elijah Moore is the lowest. Because DPJ had 1 target and 0 catches, so he clearly wasn't getting separation. He did have the nice block on the Kareem Hunt touchdown. I got to give him points for that. But Elijah Moore,
it's P.J.
I'm gonna go with P.J. Walker.
I'm going
He's not.
P.J.
He
Walker.
shouldn't be in this list.
So you say P.J. Walker should not be in the bottom 3.
Who you got,
G.
Jay?
I'm going with Elijah Moore.
You're going Elijah Moore should not be in the bottom 3.
Yeah.
Tyvis, who are you saying should not be in the bottom 3?
Go with DPJ so one of us gets it right.
Okay, I go with DPJ for time's sake.
So
for question's sake.
Jay, who just quit on PFF, has gotten this one right. Let's see the grades. PJ Walker was the lowest graded Brown on either side of the ball with a 26.4 grade. DPJ, a 51.7. Elijah Moore, a 57.6. That was their 5th lowest grade.
I mean, that was easy just because Walker was not great. He threw the 2 picks. He didn't throw a touchdown. The winning drive he gets no points for because they had 2 major touchdown penalties. And DPJ had the block.
So he gets 50? He
gets something.
I'm going to tell you what.
What did Elijah Moore do?
They're dead to me. Don't even talk to me about PFF either. Because
I'm going to let you know.
That's abysmal.
Hey, Walker played not at the euphoria. You know, we done had a lot of surgeries, Jay. You done had some surgeries too. You know when that Novocaine or when that anesthesia wear off.
Yeah, and it gets real.
And that next night you wake up and you know they you know we on the opioid strike. You know they be rationing them opioid. You get three oxys. They send you home with them.
Then you get them?
Then you gonna start chewing on them Tylenols. That's all you gonna get it down.
Exactly what it is.
I don't know if you ever had this, but on my last ACL replacement,
right?
They did this on the first 2 also, but they send you home with a morphine ball. So it's a little plastic ball.
When was this?
This was 2012, maybe 13.
You tore your ACL.
They had so the morphine ball it's a plastic ball that's filled with morphine, and it's got an IV that comes out of it, and it goes into your hand right here. And
who puts the IV in?
The doctor does before they send you home.
Okay.
So after surgery, you know, I want to get home as soon as possible. I want to be in the comfort of my house. Mm-hmm. So the last thing my surgeon says to me is, Jay, I know you're a fidget. Don't pull that out because this is the only thing that's keeping you from feeling extreme pain right now. Mm. And this will last 24 hours. It's a slow drip IV. Whatever you do, don't pull it out. I get out of the car. My wife's helping me. My son's helping me. I'm all crutched up. I get into my spot. I'm sitting down in my chair. Within 5 minutes, I pull out the IV.
What is the matter with you?
I don't know. I'm a child.
They didn't have that tape down?
It was taped. There was a piece of tape on it. And I made a sudden movement, turned something. And I'm like, oh, no. And I see drips coming out of the needle. And I'm like, Trace, I just pulled out my... She goes, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. You're kidding. Because that would be something I would kid about. I said, no. So I was pain-free, drug-free. 4 hours after surgery, I sat in a post-op for a couple hours.
I would have been right to the local
so
ER.
That feeling that you're talking about, I'm like, I was sweating, worried about it.
Because it hits you with that moment of clarity, and you'd be like,
yeah, you know, because at first you don't feel anything. You don't even know you have a leg. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, oh, babe, there's something deep in the recesses of my knee that feels like it just exploded.
That's a fact.
Hey, it's no fun, man. It is
but by the way, the analogy to finish it off, PJ Walker, after surgery, after 24 hours, I looked at your performance. The Browns need another quarterback.
We will get into that more later. Next up, offensive linemen who graded in the 60s. So one of these 3 did not grade in the 60s.
Jed Wills.
Who is it? Wyatt Teller, Michael Dunn, Jed Wills, who did not grade
Jed
in the 60s.
Wills, I ain't moving the answer.
Jed Wills, you said the other 2 is in the 60s, and this person is higher or lower?
Lower.
One's lower than in the 60s. The other 2 are in the 60s. Who did not grade
so one's in the 40s, 50s, 30s maybe?
I'll tell you, one's in the 50s, 2 are in the 60s. Who's in the 50s?
Okay, so it's going to be close.
Michael Dunn,
he got dropped.
No, you know what? I think Michael Dunn did okay, man.
He got dropped.
I do.
So you go Wyatt Teller?
I think Jed Wills did okay. I'm going to go Wyatt Teller.
No, hold on.
I'm going to be honest. I did not notice Jed this game. So I got to go Wyatt Teller.
I'm going Wyatt Teller. I changed my mind.
There was a couple times I did look at Wyatt Teller, though.
Yeah, Wyatt Teller did not get a couple blocks, and he was being lazy on that touchdown.
I did not notice.
Let's go Wyatt Teller.
This is the first game that I didn't yell at outside of the penalty he had.
Wyatt Teller.
Before I tell you the grade, let me tell you Jed Wills had his highest graded PFF grade since week 8 of last season.
God bless
his
him.
highest rated game since
Shout
week 8
out
of
to
last
Eddie's
season.
still in the 50s.
Let's see who did not reach the 60s. The answer. The answer, Steve, is Michael Dunn.
wow.
Wow. Wyatt Teller both at 69s.
Talk
Michael
me out
Dunn,
of
a
it.
58.4. So
Jay, talk me out of it,
I'm
man.
sorry. I'm sorry. Don't listen to me.
we're going to move to the defensive side of the ball here. We got 3 defensive categories. We're going to start with the overall highest graded
Myles
defensive
Garrett.
players for the Browns. 2 of these guys
Myles Garrett.
are 1 and 2. One of them is not in the top 3. Who's not in the top 3? How about JOK, Dalvin Tomlinson, and Myles Garrett?
Who's
not in
not?
the top 3? Who is not?
Dalvin
in the top
Tomlinson.
No. Myles Garrett.
3? Jay?
No, JOK. I'm going JOK.
God, I thought JOK played
He
a
did.
great
well.
game.
I think he did too.
But this is a sucker question.
I think
isn't
so.
it?
That's why I think.
It's probably JOK.
I think so.
God,
bro.
man.
He
had
was
all the plays.
everywhere.
I gotta
but
say, my eye test, JOK played the best game of his time.
I agree.
In a Cleveland Browns uniform.
I agree.
So with that being said, PFF got this one wrong, and they went with JOK as
I'm gonna
not
go with
in the
JOK.
top 3.
So Jay's quit PFF, and then he just completely agreed with PFF's evaluation. JOK was the highest graded player on either team in this game, the highest grade of his career. He graded out at an 89.8.
That's hard to do
One
as
of
a
the
linebacker.
5 highest
Telling you.
linebacker grades in the NFL this
Best-
season.
best game he's
Myles
played.
Garrett, by the way, never grades below a 70. Despite having 4 pressures against Trent Williams, it was his lowest graded game in over a year as well.
You would almost expect that just because
It's
he's
Trent.
going against the best left tackle in the game and a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
He's good.
Trent
Williams is
When they
real
come out with
good.
a stat that
When
said
did Trent Williams grade out?
Trent Williams, I can tell you right now, Trent Williams graded out a very low for him,
Sure.
49.2.
So did Myles play that bad?
No.
If me playing against you, you got a 42 and I got almost a 70. But that so is Myles
That's like one of those cases of greatness canceling out greatness.
right?
they did to me.
Yeah, like they canceled that
Me
boy.
too.
They canceled that way out. Like 44.
Didn't they say?
But I went reverse logic on the JOK thing.
I did too.
I mean, I said JOK played the best,
best
but
I've
knowing
seen.
PFF, they're going to say he played the worst.
And here's
But
just a little
they got it
comparison
right.
because we love comparing Myles to the other elite pass rushers in football. Well, he had 4 pressures on 15 pass rush attempts against Trent Williams. That's a
Micah Parsons
26.7%
had
rate.
0.
The week before in the 49ers blowout of Dallas,
see that?
Micah Parsons had 0 pressures and 8 pass rush attempts.
Did you guys
against
see the
Williams.
play Parsons
Dang.
made?
Yeah, last night he was unbelievable.
To seal the game.
Unbelievable.
I mean, the interception sealed the game on
Yeah.
the next play.
Yeah.
But that play he made on third down.
That was crazy.
Why
It
didn't
was
he
like he
have-
got shot out of a cannon.
Well, I think he. You know what it is? It's because he's been criticized all week about not showing up.
Well, that's probably it.
Yeah, he knew he had to show up this
Yeah.
game.
All right, we got 2 more before we welcome in Mary Kay here. These are, once again, the lowest graded Browns defensive players. So
Okay.
2 of these guys graded the lowest and the second.
I think I.
One of them isn't, just making sure we're on the same page.
Okay.
How
Greg
about Taki
Newsome.
Taki,
Oh,
Delpit,
that's
and
my guy.
Zadarius Smith,
Yeah,
Taki-
I'm going with Taki.
Yeah.
Yeah, Taki was
as who
bad.
didn't grade low.
Oh, who did?
Oh, no.
That's what I'm saying. This is
Oh,
2 of
Zadarius
the 3
Smith.
are 1 and 2 of the
Yeah.
lowest. Who isn't in the bottom 3?
Zadarius Smith.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I would
go
say
with-
probably Zadarius
Yeah,
too.
yeah. Yep.
3 for Zadarius. 3 correct answers. Zadarius Smith, the 5th lowest defensive grade, but frankly, he did not grade out great, and you can take it, Steve,
No.
if you want. Taki and Delpit, their lowest graded games of the season as well.
And look, it's to be
That's 2
expected
in a row.
too.
Ain't that 2 in a row for Delpit?
They're playing the number 1.
As soon as we said that segment, Tyvis,
Oh my God!
we
It's
jinxed
making me look like a fool.
I mean, they playing good people.
Step it up.
That's what happens.
But
when you
that's
put
not fair
crap-
because he only had 1 coverage, and I think it was 1 time, and he caught. I think they caught the ball for like 6 yards. I
And
think
look,
that was it.
you see how dangerous this can be? These dudes, according to these numbers, play like trash.
You know, it's
Can
cool.
you imagine what
Yeah,
they're gonna look
you're
like
right.
if they was in? If they
You know,
played
and you
their
know what
best
else is
games?
crazy? That's why I asked him, how many times do you think that people, front offices, use y'all grades for
Yeah, and he gassed his answer. He was like, "Oh, I imagine it's used quite a bit in negotiations." Man, no one's bringing that up. No one's bringing that up.
Because here's the thing. The one thing that here's how they can make it better. If they are already in conjunction with the league, right?
Yeah.
If they can get every NFL team to give them the call sheet,
That'll never happen. Yeah, that'll never happen though. Teams aren't letting that go.
why would they? Yeah, why would you do that?
Yeah, they're not letting that go.
well, if they can
I
get
mean,
them-
all you'd have to have is somebody on the on the panel that gets a hold of the game sheet and hands it over to your rival, and now what? Like, they're not going to do that.
Yeah,
and that's okay. Look, I mean, it is what it is. It's a fun thing to talk about. Sometimes they get it right, and sometimes, just based off the eye test, they are egregiously wrong. And this Amari Cooper example, to me,
you upset about that.
I am hot about that. I watched that man play the game of his life in Cleveland.
Because he can't. Because it's physically impossible. You can't have a 61 or 69.
You caught everything that was thrown your way. One of them was uncatchable.
You
broke two guys' ankles. And PFF gives you a 61?
His route running got to be a 99. Has to be.
Has to be.
All right, last one. These are the highest graded defensive backs from the Browns on Sunday. Which one of these is not one of the three highest graded defensive backs? You have Thornhill, Denzel Ward, and Rodney McLeod.
I'm going to go with Ward.
Denzel, he didn't do nothing.
No. But now, he might get credit for that. He didn't have to do anything.
You can't
but McLeod and Thornhill, I thought
they made plays.
I thought they played great.
I thought Thornhill's is the lowest. Ward's is the highest.
And let's see. Wow, Thornhill actually graded out the highest of any Browns DB. He had a 70.1. Ward
it was
54.4.
Damn, McLeod had 8
54.1. I was surprised by that one as well.
8 tackles, the man got a 54. He was everywhere. PFF, RIP.
I don't get it.
I need a T-shirt. I'm gonna get. Okay, can you print up some T-shirts for me? You got the connection. I want PFF, RIP. And I want Amari Cooper's face on it.
You're gonna get a lawsuit.
Jay got the on-demand graphic tees ready to go. I want PFF trash underneath, and one of them baskets you throw your documents away on your Microsoft Windows.
Delete bin. All right, do we need a read before Mary Kay?
I got to do a read as we bring in Mary Kay Cabot here in 1 second. And
PFF,
as always,
RIP.
it's a great time to remind the people out there that if you're trying to snap into the gambling action on the NFL this season, you better be doing it with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Right now, new customers get $200 in bonus bets guaranteed when they place a $5 bet on any game, on any prop. That's $200 in bonus bets, win or lose. If you've been thinking about joining FanDuel, there's no better time to get in on the action than right now. The app is so easy to use. I use it every day. I have a problem, actually, but you can get help if you do. You can join me in that help. There's a wide range of options, including spreads, player props, over-unders, and much, much more. So visit FanDuel.com/UCSS and kick off the NFL season with FanDuel, an official partner of the NFL. And with that,